In scenes reminiscent of his 2016 presidential campaign, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is drawing thousands of people to the first stops on his Fighting Oligarchy tour. Joining Sanders in Arizona, Nevada, and this afternoon in Colorado is Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The progressive pair are among Democratic and independent lawmakers holding town halls and rallies across the country. Their goal, to capitalize on voter anger to push back on President Trump. Republicans are also hearing from their constituents, many fearful over cuts and changes the administration is making. NewsNation's Joe Khalil joins us live on Capitol Hill with the latest. And Joe, what are Sanders and AOC telling these crowds, and what are they hearing back from people who are clearly animated and angry?
Yeah, well, Nick, they've got a very direct message. And the reason that this tour from Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Bernie Sanders is getting so much attention is because they are trying to focus that message mostly in conservative areas, in red-leaning districts, in red-leaning states for the most part. And they were in Nevada yesterday. Not alone, they were also with Congressman Horsford and some others. And their message is very simple. It is, if you are a disenchanted Republican voter or a Democratic voter who doesn't think that your elected officials are fighting hard enough for you, are pushing back aggressively enough against the Trump administration and against DOJ, well, they think that you are right to have those concerns. Take a listen to what AOC told this crowd of about 15,000, according to Senator Sanders' staff, who was doing an informal count there. What she told them about this moment right now and what lawmakers on their side of the aisle need to be doing.
This isn't just about Republicans. We need a Democratic Party that fights harder for us, too. So I want to thank you. Your state is pulling its weight out here. But we need more like them with the courage to brawl for the working class.
Senator Sanders had a very similar message to that. This all speaks to a larger divide, Nick, within the Democratic Party. There are questions about what their unifying message is right now in this moment, coming off of major losses electorally and also on some major votes. Is it the progressive wing of the party? Or is it these two, AOC and Bernie Sanders? Or is there a more moderate, maybe more centrist and more establishment version of the party that acts in a way that that side of the party sees as more practical? That's sort of the divide that we're seeing play out right now. And clearly, this is the side that is drawing the crowds. On the Republican side, Nick, you've also got some town hall issues. Several Republican members holding town halls that have gotten pretty raucous. They've gotten aggressive questions. For that reason, House Republican leaders have told their members, don't do town halls anymore. We talked to one congressman who actually did, and he got the same kind of treatment. We asked him what he thought about Democrats like AOC stepping into the void in areas where Republicans are no longer doing in-person events. Take a listen to what one Republican from North Carolina told us.
They see that those types of actions are not a sincere effort in having rational, reasonable conversation to advance the American agenda.
Congressman Chuck Edwards there basically dismissing this outright. Now, obviously, all sides are looking ahead already to 2026 and 2027 and what happens in the next year and a half or two as they campaign for a potentially new Congress coming up. Those are the things now we're going to see whether these are effective, these town hall type things or not, Nick.
And Joe, you and I can both agree that that is a rather large crowd. So I don't expect those on the other side of the aisle to just let them have this free win with a massive turnout like that. I can expect many of those on the GOP side to organize something to counter that effect. Joe Khalil with the very latest for us. Joe, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.